Hi friends, Andy Vegan with the new Macadamia Mayonnaise. Yeah, recently I've come to like macadamias even more. They've always been a special interest to me. Here macadamia nuts, yeah, the queen of nuts or the king of nuts. They are very firm, hard to crack. If you get them in the shell, you won't even know how to open them very easily. That's really tough. And but the flavor reflects that a little bit. I would say they have a savory tone there, as opposed to cashews. They are soft and sweet rather. Though they have all these nuts have their complex nutritional profile and the flavor profile according to the nutrition. Yeah, it always reflects in the flavor what they have inside, nutrients. Flavor is also nutrient. And literally, yeah, it's nourishing. It's chemicals. Yeah. It's a phytonutrient, yeah. So the macadamia tastes a little bit savory as opposed to the cashews. They're sweeter, I would say. And given all the complexity also, you can also spoil a dish that is supposed to be sweet with cashews. I happen to me. Some fruit doesn't really go well with cashews and they're blended. They seem to bite each other a little bit. That happens, yeah. I don't know. It's another topic. But so there's a complexity also in the sweet ones, like the cashew nuts. But the savory ones here, the macadamias are really the savory kind of nuts. They make a different kind of cheese, for example. You get a very firm cheese, get a little bit more savory, yes. And that's what I come to like in the recent days when I have some macadamias at home. I buy my nuts usually in bulk. I have maybe 2.5 kilos. They have these packages in Germany. They are more inexpensive than you buy small amounts. And then of course I use more macadamias at that time. I don't have all the nuts available all the time. That's too expensive. Because nuts, if you store them for a while, they turn bad. So rinse it. And so you have to use the nuts not for too long a time before you use it. And that's best you store them in a cool and dark location with a sealed container. I put it in these big bottles with a container with a lid on top, yeah, to firmly close, and then in a dark space here where it's cool a little bit. Then they keep for some time, so I can use my nuts up and they're still okay. So once I have a big container of some of these nuts and I use them all the time, and then I find out more and more things. That's fun about it. So now I come to like the macadamias a little bit more, and I got to make the macadamia mayonnaise, some different kinds of it in the recent weeks and months. Now is a new one, and it's the 1 cup of macadamias here. That's about a cup, yeah. So that's for a nice portion for a dressing that is ahead of time. I have a little bit of batch here. This is for a glass, maybe it's not full, with macadamia mayonnaise. It goes to the refrigerator, keeps for almost a week. Maybe after 4 or 5 days I have to be careful, because here, you see here, when you open the lid, and here, these kind of spaces here, they can turn a little bit dirty. And here, when that happens, after 4 or 5 days, or after a week or so, you got to be careful with the mayonnaise. I either wash that with apple cider vinegar or so, but you should use up. I would use up my dressings after a week latest. Maybe 4 or 5 days is best. And then I don't know. Yeah, be careful. I will be careful with the when it wastes. Yeah, I waste them after a short time. They waste. For 4 or 5 days, you're safe, I would say. So 1 cup of macadamias, to make a little bit more dressing ahead of time, to make a quick and easy salad all the time, And now I add a good piece of avocado. That is something I like to do when I make a mayonnaise with nuts. I put a little bit of avocado. It adds both the savory flavor from the avocado, very specific flavor, the green flavor a little bit. I like it a lot. A nutty green flavor, a little bit iron-like, like metalish. Avocado, it's so nice with the macadamia. The savory tones of both are so nice together. And it's also fat, of course. That's very characteristic for mayonnaise always. The mayonnaise has more fat usually. And then I also have the fluffiness. macadamia, if you have a blending the avocado, makes a dressing or a cream or a smoothie or whatever you have fluffier, as if there's more air in it. That was the avocado does. I don't take too much avocado. Too much would be, the texture wouldn't be so nice. But here's a little bit more. I want to have a little bit more blown up, to say, creamier, fluffier. So I take a little bit more macadamia. You know, every time I make a new recipe, I can try a little bit the ratio. You know, the how much of which ingredient. Yeah, a little bit more avocado in here. Let's see what happens. So then I have the third part here in the mayonnaise in my kitchen is usually something sour. Here that is a lemon. Usually I can also take apple cider vinegar. I like to do that for mayonnaise especially. But here I go for lemon. Let's see. That's all up to you what you choose. I begin with half a lemon first. Yeah, I could use the whole lemon, but I begin with a half because sometimes I over season with sour. And especially mayonnaise has a very gentle flavor. It's really gentle. It's like comfort food. And if you have that too sour, it can turn around and then it's not so nice anymore. It's too sour. The mayonnaise is you know. So I begin with half a lemon and I see after the first blending if I put a little bit more lemon or if that would be too much. Because once you have too much lemon in it, yeah, you can't reverse it, yeah. So I begin with small amounts. So that's the main part here. That's for the base, I mean, macadamias, avocados, and lemon. And now the seasoning. I said it's hot. It's a hot, savory mayonnaise, macadamia mayonnaise. So I have a chili pepper here. This is chili powder. It's bird's eye chili. It looks like a small amount, but it's not. Because the bird's eye chili is the medium hot. That means this is a lot heat in the mayonnaise. I begin with this. It's not even half a teaspoon. That would be too much, I guess. It's very hot. But also, the hotter the chili you have, the brand, I mean, the degree of hotness, the more fruity, flavorful it is. So it's good to have a hot kind of chili powder because then you have a nicer flavor. But you can't dose it so much. Like you don't know how much you need because the small amount also makes a big difference. So this is I think it's okay amount. And I have a teaspoon of Himalayan salt, yeah. And then I have ginger and a good amount of garlic. It's a hot, fiery mayonnaise. That's my plan. And I don't want to begin with too many ingredients. I could, for example, put in mustard seeds. I could put in paprika and other seasonings, make black pepper, add a black pepper to it to make it really hot. I could do that. I thought about that too. But I want to begin because the macadamias are what I like here. Macadamia mayonnaise. That's what I like. And I want to have the macadamia a little bit more in the foreground. The more seasoning you add, the more you overlay, you cover the original macadamia flavor. So I want to begin slow, maybe with a little only. Yeah. With these salt, chili powder, ginger, and garlic seasoning. All these are hot flavors. And the salt too, yeah, the salt can add to the hot flavor also. It has this effect, it can enhance the other flavors. In this case, I guess that's what happens. I will see. So, I have still a little bit of room to wiggle with a lemon, I'll see to that. But now, the first blending with a small amount of water, a cup only. No, a little bit more. I need a little bit more, I know that, because the avocado make it pretty thick. So, beginning with too little water, we give the blender a hard time. Sometimes we're good with a small amount of water, extra to give the blender an easy work. But with the avocado, it quickly turns into a sticky mess, and then the blender has a hard time. So I begin with a little bit more water. Let's see what happens. Blender dance. I guess I need a second blending. Also because of the macadamias, because they are firm nuts, as I said, and the macadamias, they always need a second blending if I don't soak them ahead of time. Can soak them the night before, and then you have a little bit of softer macadamia, and then you have an easier blend. I didn't do that, so I have to have a second blend anyway. But that looks nice. I already like the texture a lot. It might be the perfect amount of water actually. It was easy for a blender too, but I have to do a second, of course. But let's taste it now. If I use more lemon, more salt, whatever. Yeah, the texture is nice. It looks like a nice mayonnaise. The color has this slightly green shade tone of the avocado. Always happens when you put avocado in. You change the color a little bit, but that's okay here. It's okay. Let's taste. Yummy. Delicious. You know what? I don't know. More lemon? Maybe I can clearly taste the macadamia here. That's really nice. The hot flavor is there, but I definitely need more salt. Yeah, just a small amount, but that's for sure. The salt, as I said, enhances the flavor of the other ingredients. The sauce is a critical ingredient. It can make a whole difference to the whole kitchen. There are traditions, they don't use salt. It was very expensive in former times. It was like gold. Yeah, people always need salt, because, and animals do that too, because it is important to have salt, enough, and a certain amount of salt every day, 6 to 7 grams about of salt, because otherwise you cannot survive. Because the salt is needed to make the water go in and out to the cells. That's what the salt does. Without salt, that doesn't work. And so you don't get the nutrients into the cell and out of the cell. That's vital. So the salt is very important, but too much, of course, we know is very bad. But 6 to 7 grams is good. And the same effect that it makes the diffusion, the nutrients go in and out, the flavor also go in and out. That makes a big difference to the flavor, to the tongue, I would say. So that can really make a difference to the other flavors. Yeah. It's not so much a seasoning by itself. It's more something that supports the chemical processes. Here I take a small amount of salt. It's half a teaspoon or so to add. Might be nice. And I would say I leave the chili pepper. Let's see, well, a little bit more chili pepper, a little bit more, just a little bit. Here, this is my bird's eye chili, and this is really, if you have an irregular dish, this would already be a nice amount. It's not much. I add a little bit more. I want to have it hot. Yeah, and I don't know with the lemon. As I said, I'm not sure now, so I'm going to give it a second blending now. I think the water amount is okay, and I might have to add a little bit of lemon, but I wait until the macadamia is fully broken down. Now I can still taste the macadamia, and I also can taste the little coarseness of the half-blended macadamia. There are some small particles that could be broken down more. That does a second blending after a short term of soaking right now. Then I decide with the flavor. Might be a little bit more lemon. Let's see. Blender dance number 2. The sound is not perfect to me, the blender sound. It should be more even, but sometimes it happens. But let's see what it tastes like. That's the most important thing here. Texture still nice. There we go. Yes. But now, more lemon or not? I begin with a small amount. Just here, a small piece to see. That wouldn't make a big difference, but it wouldn't be too much. It wouldn't spoil it, but I would understand by just giving it a small direction if it's okay or if I should not do more. Just a small amount of blending, a small shot blending. This is just to mix in the lemon, just to give it a little bit a twist, a tweak, just to find out what the lemon would do here. Sometimes it gives a better, and sometimes it makes it not better. And I notice if I'm not sure, like now I'm a little bit uncertain, I would know after. Maybe it would be easy to decide if I do a little bit. Let's see. Oh yeah. I guess it's enough. So, oh, it's a wonderful flavor. I show you right away. It's really a wonderful flavor. It's the full macadamia flavor is there. There's a hot chili flavor in the background. It's a nice hollow hotness. It's a dry hotness. Yeah. Different spices that are hot have different kinds of hotness. And the chili is so nice, it's a dry hotness. I like that, like a hall in the back of the mouth. Wonderful. I like a chili. So, and it's all there, yeah? It's hot and it's the macadamia flavor there, a little bit sour. It's wonderful. Have a look. You see, this is the texture. Oops, here, now you can see the glass. And I will use it in a new salad or a new dish. I thought about it because I made a dish yesterday. See the nice texture here, nice color, it's beautiful. I made a dish yesterday and I tried one of my macadamia mayonnaise recipes and I thought, well, something's missing. Something is missing for this dish. I don't know. And then I thought, maybe I should make a new mayonnaise with a little bit more power in a certain way. I don't know. I don't want to say more now. But I just want to mention that that's why I made this mayonnaise, to have a little bit more well, I don't know how to describe it. Anyway, I will make a new recipe with this mayonnaise now. For now, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And if you like my video, subscribe at MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest and Twitter.